Thanks. Well, I would like to welcome you all to this evening's City Council meeting. The first item on our agenda is the consent agenda, which is a group of items to be acted upon with a single motion and vote. This agenda is designed to expedite the handling of limited routine matters by City Council. I will ask if any citizen or council member would like to have any items on the consent agenda removed prior to vote for discussion, and at that time, any member of the public or any council member may request that an item be removed prior to vote. The items on tonight's consent agenda include approval of the work session and regular meeting minutes of January the 8th, 2019, approval of the expenditure vouchers for January the 22nd, 2019, approval of a renewal hotel and restaurant liquor license for Shiloh Steakhouse, approval of a renewal retail marijuana store license for the Medicine Man. So at this time, is there anybody that would like to see any items removed?
I don't have any.
Okay, in that case, may I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented with the expenditures of $84,052.79.
I'll second.
Lucero.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Betts. Aye. Noyes.
Aye.
Levy.
Aye.
Sheik.
Aye. We have no presentations tonight, so at this time, is there anybody in the audience that would like to address council? All right, seeing no one at this time. We have no public hearings this evening, so we have no unfinished business. So moving on to new business, the first item, Russ, we're so glad to see you this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
Your smiling face is always a treat.
Hello,
for
Russ.
all of us.
I appreciate your enthusiasm over my appearance.
Don't build him
And you
a
are
big
here to
head.
talk about ordinance 1261, series 2019.
Yes, this is first reading on that ordinance for a land lease at the airport to an adjacent property owner, adjacent business, Waste Management. We currently have 2 leases with Waste Management, both land leases, and they are for a septic system and an access and storage area. The leach field, the first leasehold was for a leach field with Citizens Bank, who was the property owner at the time before Waste Management took it over, and that was generated in 1989. Waste Management approached the airport in 2002 requesting additional land to extend the leach field, which was failing, and build it in a different location, and for storage and access. The small confines of Waste Management prohibited them from doing the leach field within their boundary because they don't have the minimum requirements regulated by the state. So they needed to go into our property, and it was already there when we bought the property back in the mid-'80s. The storage area is adjacent to their property. The access area created a second access so they could have a good traffic flow through a U pattern through their property. The new lease period is for 5.5 years. We did the half year to bring them into alignment with a calendar year format for anniversary, and extends from June 30th of this year to December 31st of 2024. The 2 current leases expire on June 29th of this coming summer. I was contacted in October to start the process for extending these leases by Waste Management corporate offices. I guess they're very proactive. I didn't intend to move on this until February, March, but they approached us first and they wanted it done as quickly as possible, so here we are in January taking care of this. The new lease will be combining those current leases that we have into just one lease, and it will comprise 1.68 acres. The lease can be extended in 5-year increments unless terminated sooner by other lease provisions if they are invoked. The lease rate was raised from a static $2,150, which we've had since the second lease came on into force in 2003. And so there's no provision for raising during the current lease period. So the new lease is for $3,000 annually. The first 6 months will be prorated until we bring that calendar anniversary date into force. And it will be adjusted annually, like we are all of our other land leases at the airport, to the consumer price index. So it represents a current increase of 39% over the former or current rate, and that will go up periodically as the CPI is published in January of each year. So I am available for questions, if there are any.
Council, are there any questions?
I don't have any.
It's Russ, it's a 5-year lease, but it's looked at annually for rate adjustment, is that correct?
The rate will adjust annually. The CPI is published about the third week each January for the prior year.
Okay.
So that's when we'll bill them. We'll be a few weeks into the year before they receive their invoice.
So since we have to adjust it using that half year, does that change that price index at all?
It will.
Okay.
We will, whatever the price index increases during the calendar year 2019, that will be published in January, and the $3,000 rate will be increased to the new rate, whatever it may be.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll do that annually through the first 5 years, and then as it rolls forward on 5-year increments, the provision being they can renew if we're amenable, then the same standard goes forth in perpetuity.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have none. Thanks, Russ.
Thanks.
May I have a vote or a motion, please?
Honorable Mayor, I make a motion to approve upon first reading ordinance number 1261, Series 2019, approving an airport land lease with Waste Management of Colorado.
Second.
Set a public hearing.
And set, sorry, I apologize, I need to clarify, and set for public hearing on February 12th, 2019.
Thank you.
I still second.
Thank you.
Noyes,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Betts. Aye. Levy.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Lucero.
Aye.
Sheik.
Aye. All right, the next item on the
Thanks,
agenda
Russ.
is NEVA Resolution 1, Series 2012, an amended plat in the industrial park.
All right, good evening. The City of Cortez is requesting a plat amendment to adjust the boundaries of Lot 4C in the amended plat of subdivision of Lot 4 in the Cortez Industrial Park. You can see the lot is up on the screen right there. The proposed plat amendment will reduce Lot 4C from just over 53,000 square feet to 39,000 square feet. And will add 13,690 square feet to the Gear Natural Area. The plat amendments will facilitate a property exchange between the City of Cortez and the owner of Lot 4C, SDR Custom Coatings, LLC. The city will exchange its property at 519 North Texas Street for a portion of the property for a portion of the existing Lot 4. Discussions with city staff indicate that the addition to the Gear Natural Area will be used as a future public access to the natural area. So I believe Dean Palmquist with Parks is going to use that as a parking area at some point in the future. It was sent out for review, and one of the conditions for this property will be that the City of Cortez is responsible for installing a new water tap on the newly amended Lot 4C. Currently, the water tap is in the exchange property, so that's going to remain, and a new tap will be installed for STR Custom Coatings. And I think that's about it for this project. It's a pretty simple one.
All right, council, are there any questions?
I don't have any.
I have none.
Sheldon, do you want to say anything? Okay. All right, if there are no questions, may I have a motion, please?
I make a motion approve resolution number 1, series 2019, approving amendment plat as subdivision lot 4 of the Cortez Industrial Park, and submitted by the city of Cortez.
I second that.
Keel.
Aye.
Levy.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Lucero.
Aye.
Noyes.
Aye.
Betts. Sheik.
Aye. Well, congratulations. All right, the next item has to do with ordinance 1262, series 2019, the registering of this county courthouse as a historic site. Neva?
Okay, so this is the first reading of ordinance number 1262, series 2019. In November, council approved 4 more properties to be added to the list of the city's register of historic structures, sites, and districts. This is just another property. This was part of the 2017 survey, and the property was found to be historic on both portions. I mean, if you look at the courthouse, you can see that there was the portion built in 1936, and then the kind of 1960s edition. Both portions are eligible. They're over 50 years old, so they're both eligible to be on the register. And the entire address is part of the listing. So both portions of the building are going to be listed. And
It's supposed to be 51.
well,
No, wait, I
That's-
lied.
that's about it for this one.
Hello? Hello?
No, it's 10.
Okay, are there any other questions, council?
No.
I thought it was really interesting that the original portion of the building was a WPA project. I just hadn't thought about that buildings here in town were part of that, so.
All right, yeah, and it just seems kind of, these 1960s buildings are now eligible to be historic, even on the National Registry, so we're just getting so old.
We love you too.
Okay, may I have a motion, council?
I'll make a motion that, I make a motion that for council to consider approval on the first reading ordinance number 1262, series 2019, approving the inclusion of the structure located within the original town site of Cortez to be included in the City of Cortez Register of Historic Structures, Sites, and Districts, specifically the structure located at 109 West Main Street and set for public hearing on February the 12th, 2019.
Second.
Carlson.
Aye.
Levy.
Aye.
Noyes.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Lucero.
Aye.
Betts.
Aye.
Sheik.
Aye. All right, the bid on 12-inch DR11, et cetera, water line pipe fill.
My job's a lot of et cetera, et cetera. Honorable Mayor, members of City Council, good evening. I'm here to talk about bid results for the 12-inch DR11 PE 4710 HDPE water line pipe, also known as et cetera, et cetera. This is directly related to the discussion we had at work session with regards to replacing the transmission line that goes from Alamosa Road to the north crossing Highway 145. And we haven't bought materials as a rule as part of our capital projects, but since this pipe, HDPE, is special order and manufactured to order, and given that there's a 6 to 8 week lead for those materials, we opted to go ahead and put out a bid to buy it ourselves and have it on site while we're advertising, or once we make the order, we'll advertise for the project, and we'll schedule it so we have the materials on site so the contractor can get to work as soon as possible. We received 6 bids ranging in price from $78,600 up to $114,493 for the 2,920 linear feet of this pipe. Council can approve the bid submitted by Grand Junction Pipe and Supply out of Durango for the amount of $78,664.80. Or, of course, you can always use your options, which is you can approve the bid with changes, vote not to approve the bid, or table this if you so find it necessary. But staff does recommend that the bid be awarded to Grand Junction Pipe and Supply out of Durango for the 2,920 linear feet in the amount of $78,664.80, and this will be funded out of the capital projects and the Water Enterprise Fund.
Questions, council?
I have none.
All right, may I have a motion?
Honorable Mayor, I make a motion. You want to take it?
Okay. I make a motion that we award the 12-inch DR-11 PE 4710 HDPE waterline pipe bid to Grand Junction Pipe and Supply in the amount of $78,664.80 for 2,920 LF of 12-inch HDPE waterline pipe.
Second.
You got that?
That was a lot.
Levy.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Lucero.
Aye.
Betts.
Aye.
Noyes.
Aye.
Sheik.
Aye,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
All right, Peyton. Resolution number 2, Series 2019, establishment of the Cortez Youth Commission bylaws.
Awesome. Good evening, Madam Mayor and City Council. My notes. So, City Council has made the creation of a youth commission important city initiative. And through the Youth Commission, the city hopes to provide leadership opportunities as well as seek youth input on city matters that impact youth in the area. A group of students, who some of them have attended tonight, have been meeting twice a month since August of 2018 to establish this Youth Commission. They have drafted bylaws which are in your packet tonight. And the bylaws really are the guidelines to help operate this youth commission. They cover big details like group missions and goals, and they also cover some of the more minute details like what constitutes a quorum or our application process. So a lot of hard work has gone into creating these bylaws over the past few months. So staff is requesting that City Council pass Resolution Number 2, Series 2019, establishing the Cortez Youth Commission with the bylaws previously mentioned that are also referenced in the resolution.
Are there any questions, council?
How many members do you have right now, total?
11, and I'll go into appointment in our next item on the agenda. But yeah, we have 11 and 5 here today. Unfortunately, not everyone can make it because of, I mean, these kids are so busy. They have other sports obligations.
Well, I would just like to commend them for their hard work. Sitting down and writing a set of bylaws is not always an easy thing. So I think you did a good job. If there are no other questions or comments, may I have a motion, please?
Honorable Mayor, I make a motion that council approve resolution number 2, series 2019, establishing the Cortez Youth Commission bylaws.
I second that.
Keel.
Aye.
Betts.
Aye.
Levy.
Aye.
Noyes.
Aye.
Lucero.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Sheik.
Aye. And then the appointment of the 11 members of the Commission.
So as I mentioned before, we've had a group of dedicated students regularly coming to City Hall after they have sports, band, a number of obligations. These students are very busy, and yet they're willing to dedicate their time to serve the city, serve the community. This really is the appointment of these students to the Youth Commission. The ones that are being appointed, we've had a lot of interest, but the ones that are being appointed have really shown up and shown their commitment and are excited to start working on projects and start serving the community. And that's really all I have.
Would you all like to, or maybe I should rephrase that. Would you all stand and introduce yourself, please?
Can you please go to the mic, please?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Chris Matimba. I'm chairman of Youth City Council.
And are you from Cortez?
Yes, ma'am. I live on 801 Arbor Street.
Okay.
I go to the high school. I'm a junior.
Right. Okay.
Hi, my name is Annika Lewis, and I'm vice chairman of the council.
And are you from Cortez? Tell us where you guys are from and what school and what grade you're in.
I'm a junior at MCHS, and I live on 22812 Road G in Cortez.
And for council members that maybe don't know, Annika, not too long ago, was able to go back to New York City to attend the session of the UN.
Great.
Hello, I'm Kylan Carlson, Joe Carlson's son. I live just down the street over here, actually, in Cortez. I'm a senior at Montezuma Cortez High School.
My name is Claire Sadouk Munir. I'm a senior at Montezuma Cortez High School, and I live a little bit out of town. I actually am very grateful to Ty Keel for forcing us sophomore year to go to one of the City Hall meetings where I met Dean Palmquist and got on the board for the Parks and Recs Advisory. And I've been part of that for 2 years now. And that's where I met Peyton, and I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to be on the Youth Commission for about a year.
She's a great board member on the Parks and Rec Advisory Board. My dad.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ryan Lee. I am a 12th grade senior upper houseman over at Southwest Open School. I live over here in Cortez along 6144th Street. I actually met Peyton around, I think it was December of last year? Yeah, around December of last year. Came and did a little speech about the committee to our whole class. It sounded good. I liked the mission that they set out to do, so that's why I decided to join.
Great. Thank you guys. All
Thanks, guys.
Tonight.
And I would just like to add, just getting to know each and every one of these students over the past few months, they've made it evident that they're leaders in the community, and I feel like the city is so lucky to have this group interested in starting this youth commission. I mean, we couldn't get off to a better start, in my opinion.
Great. Well, council, may I have a motion, please?
Honorable Mayor, I make a motion to appoint all 11 youth, 5 of whom are here tonight, to the Cortez Youth Commission for the 2019 term.
Second.
Lucero.
Aye.
Carlson.
Aye.
Keel.
Aye.
Betts. Aye. Noyes.
Aye.
Levy.
Aye.
Sheik.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Rick, the Rec Center natural gas contract modification.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. For many years, the Cortez Rec Center has had a contract in place to purchase natural gas through CenterPoint Energy. The natural gas is purchased and then is transported by Atmos Energies to the Cortez Rec Center. The Cortez Rec Center is the only city facility big enough to take advantage of this type of contract. The current contract is based on a monthly fee, and it's adjust up and down. Over the years, this has saved the city quite a bit of money on our natural gas for the rec center. CenterPoint recently met with myself and John, and offered us a chance to modify our contract and lock in our rates till December of 2021. This rate would provide a known cost for the rec center budget. And as you've seen in the packet, I've attached several spreadsheets and data points on that. In the year 2018, the city average price was $3.14 per million BTUs, and in 2017 we paid $3.24 average. There are a lot of things that go into the natural gas market, up and down, but we have a chance to lock this in. So our alternatives are to modify the current contract and lock in the price to 2021, or we can just stay with our current contract and stay on the monthly adjustment.
All right, council, does anybody have any additional questions?
I don't have any.
All right, in that case, may I have a motion, please?
Honorable Mayor, I'll make a motion to allow the city manager Doherty to sign a contract with CenterPoint Energy to lock in natural gas pricing through December 2021 at a rate of $3.14 per million BTU or lower.
Second.
Noyes?
Aye.
Keel?
Aye.
Betts?
Aye.
Carlson?
Aye.
Levy?
Aye.
Lucero?
Aye.
Sheik?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Good luck.
I think we're probably, we had some discussion on the next item, which was a letter of support for the statewide hydrocarbon emissions reduction task force and Colorado Air Quality Control Commission. And I think that council decided that they'd like a little bit more information before signing on the dotted line. So we're going to see what else we can find out, and then bring this to the next council meeting for approval.
You have to make a motion to table.
Okay, do we need to make a motion on this, or can we just?
Yeah, Honorable Mayor, I make a motion to table the letter of support for statewide hydrocarbon emissions reduction task force and Colorado Air Quality Control Commission letter until a further date when we can review it more thoroughly.
Second.
Betts? Aye. Lucero?
Aye.
Carlson?
Aye.
Keel?
Aye.
Levy?
Aye.
Noyes?
Aye.
Sheik?
Aye. We have no draft resolutions or ordinances, no other items of business. Are there any citizens that are left that would like to address council? There is no city attorney's report, city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple of things. One is just to let the council know that because of the federal government shutdown, I have told the federal workers that they can put off paying our water bills and things, and we will not tack on late fees. And all they have to do is come in and show us a federal ID, and we'll work out the details after they get back to work on when they will start paying. Which leads me into this morning. The mayor and I went to Mancos and had a meeting with the county commissioners, the mayor and city manager for Mancos, and we had a very good discussion. And at the end of it, the city manager of Mancos said to let the federal employees know that they would do the same thing.
Great, great.
And I went out to the airport today. We took the TSA workers lunch, and I let them know that we were doing this for them and that we really, really appreciate them keeping our airport open, because if we shut down for a month or two, we wouldn't be getting any money from the feds. So we really appreciate what they're doing, and I know they're having a hard time.
John, are you going to reach out to Dolores and see if they're willing to do the same thing? I don't know how many Dolores residents that.
I told the TSA, and I sent a letter for Mesa Verde to the director out there so he could get it to his people, and said just to turn up the pressure, let Dolores know if they live there that Mancos and Cortez are doing this for us. How about you guys too? And that'll get them to switch over. Let's see. On February 17th, it's a Sunday, we have a employee appreciation party at the Cortez Elks Lodge. The cocktail hour will be at 4, dinner at 4:45, and entertainment at 6. If you could let one of the ladies in the control room know before January 25th whether you will be attending or not. And several of the council members have already let them know, so we appreciate that. And I think that was it. Yep, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, committee reports, please.
I was just going to say, I accidentally missed Makeda this last month, so I apologize. I will make sure I make it for February. Didn't mean to.
I attended the Cultural Center Board meeting, and we have set up the 2019 schedule of events. It's in January and the 19th. They had the Paint and Sip group meeting. And in February, on the 7th, there's going to be a cocktail culture fundraiser, and it's going to be kind of an interesting thing. You have to check and see what it looks like. On the 19th of February, we're going to have a conversations, and the topic is going to be civil discourse. It's a timely subject lately in this day in culture. In March, on the 9th, candy making with Karen Sheik. It's going to be on the agenda. And another conversations, the topic to be announced. On April 20th to 22nd, they're going to have a sidewalk painting at Hawkins Preserve. That's to coincide with Earth Day. And on the 27th of April, there will be the Pueblo to Pueblo race. May 18th, Patsy's Garden dedication. We're going to have a history presentation. In June 17th, the Native American dancers start, and it's going to last till August of this year. And that's what I covered.
Okay. Anybody else go anyplace? Gary and I went to the Mesa Verde Country board meeting. They meet every 2 months now. Justin Vesterling, who is at the Destination Grill now, was appointed to the board. I think he's going to be a really nice addition. He's got some great ideas, and it'll be nice to have him. He'll be representing the Cortez larger slot on that board. We spent the majority of the meeting really just discussing the budget. One of the items that was discussed was the reduction of the amount of money that Mesa Verde Country spends on the native dancers. There was some discussion surrounding that. We did approve the 2019 budget. And then Kelly informed us that the partners meetings that previously Mesa Verde Country had kind of overseen and was responsible for assembling has been taken over by the chamber. Is there anything else that?
Let's see, they're going to have 2 fam trips this year instead of 1. They're going to do that in cooperation with one will be with the Mountain Casino, and then another one will be with Aramark.
Can you tell them what that means?
The fam tours, like to familiarize, what they explained it to me, to people to familiarize themselves with the area and what we have to offer, and, so they can move forward. Try to get some more people to come to town, and then they'll also do like articles for magazines, things of the such. And in fact, there is a Jeep tour that is coming through just before the Jeep Safari, and the Baymont has scheduled 120 rooms just for this Jeep Safari. It's called JP Jeeps, is that what it was? JP?
Yeah, I think so.
I think what it's called, JP.
It's a big deal, I guess.
Yeah, so it's like an invite only to do this, join this Jeep Safari, this Jeep trip. So it was kind of one of those that paid off in the long run. It took a while, but it paid off for them. So that's good for them. They're going to be here for probably 2 nights actually. So that's good for the city. That's it.
Okay.
See, the Parks and Rec Board met this last Friday, and we discussed the South Neighborhood Park project status. And we also discussed the Montezuma Park band shell proposal status. And we reviewed the 2016 Parks and Rec Master Plan. And under new business, we talked about the Western Water Assessment VCAPS Fall Pilot Project in 2018, that, among other things.
Okay. No golf.
No.
Okay. All right. At the workshop session this evening, we had a number of items. We discussed having a joint county commissioner city council meeting, and that's scheduled for the 5th of March, 5:30 p.m. Mark your calendar. We'll have dinner here and just sit down and begin with an informal conversation with the county commissioners and see if we can't come up with some ways to be able to work together more effectively. We are all looking forward to that. There was discussion of rezoning of Montezuma Park from a neighborhood business to an open area, and of course voted on that this evening. The Rec Center natural gas contract we discussed. John brought up the possibility of the city doing some research on some possible daycare programs. We've got lots of people that find it really difficult to find good daycare, and so the city's looking at it from a couple of perspectives. One is a potential economic development tool, but also is a program that would help alleviate some of the stress from families in our community that find it hard to find good child care. We reviewed the letter of support for the Colorado Air Quality Control, the item that we tabled. We had a public works budget discussion, and then we adjourned to executive session for the purpose of receiving some legal advice from our attorney. And that's it. Is there anybody else that has anything else for the good of the city? In that case. And my gosh, it's 5 minutes